and bent, that like the cockpit edge would get bent up. He's like, I must be kicking it when I'm getting it out. No, he drives one-handed, puts his hand right there on the deck, and when he tenses up, he actually rolls the deck up with his own strength. The other one that comes to mind is when we did an in-car with Dakota Goddard. That
was a good video.
That B-post view of him. I saw that and saw some things I didn't necessarily like about certain things that he was doing. I said, I got a hold of Dakota. I was like, hey, have you seen that video? And he goes, oh, yeah, I watch all the time. And I go, does this ever happen to you during a race? And he goes, yeah, I can't figure out why. And I go, do this. I noticed in the video you were doing that.
Well, that's something else that we noticed right away was how far away he was from the steering wheel.
Well, and the other one, the one that really I noticed were his seat belts. I saw how they were just positioned and everything. I looked at him and I go, dude, take about a half inch out of your sub belt. Because his whole lap belt system was above above his hips. And he didn't even realize it. It's those perspectives. I mean, it's great to have. So one question I want to ask you, Sam, if you were a driver wanting to do in-car footage for yourself to learn, what's the best thing you can do?
It really depends on what you're trying to do. A lot of the new cameras coming out have 360 action. Corey and I actually talked about buying a 360 camera and trying it. There's another production company on the West Coast that Corey never wants me to bring up their name that uses a 360 camera. It's the Fly camera, and he does great stuff with his drone footage and stuff with it. He likes it. I'm saying and stuff a lot. You got to catch me on that.
It's your first show.
Yeah. So with the 360 Fly camera, if you're wanting to get a good angle all the way around your car and seeing your habits, that'd be a good camera for you to do that. If you're wanting to get your race in action, I found that the GoPro Hero Session 4 and 5 are phenomenal for that. The cameras pick up way more of the throttle control and the motor response, the rear end, the quick change winding up, your transmission. Like,
it doesn't have that tinny underwater sound either.
It doesn't have that in there. Like, I don't know that a lot of people actually listen to the videos. Like, I listen to the videos for the motors and that kind of stuff. Whatever. But those cameras, their definition for picking up the clarity are great. The problem with running one of those is you're kind of subject to one angle. So you're going to be out the front or you're going to be out the back. It just however you want to do it. I've had a couple drivers ask me to set them up with cameras. It's all about what you want to do with them. It's not, I do one thing, you're going to do another thing. I mean, you can't tell me there's guys that are back doing these big shows for big money that don't have GoPros on their car that aren't going back to the hauler and watching the footage and setting their car up. I pretty much guarantee you they are.
Absolutely. Well, an IMCA doesn't allow cameras under the car.
Below the deck.
Below the deck, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. According to their rules, you're not allowed to have. We got caught on that. We didn't know that rule. We didn't know that rule. We got caught on that. Was that at Speed Week, Sam?
Yeah, that was actually Speed Weeks when they came to Willamette.
And we were mounting up on...
we were on Gray Fernando that night, and who's that hot shoe out of...
Ethan Dotson.
We were on Ethan Dotson, yep. Those Ferrando and Dotson, they actually had cameras mounted under, and one of the IMCA officials said, you cannot mount those cameras under that deck. They don't care if it's at the edge of the deck looking out. It cannot be under the deck.
And those mods, it's really hard because the
sail panels
are always in the way.
Takes a lot of view away.
It's hard to get a rear view on that.
Yeah. So we, I mean, not that we got in trouble, but they did talk to us and said, you guys can't do that at an IMCA sanctioned track or whatever.
Well, they even said to me that if I ran it on a mod on a car that even IMCA wasn't there, I could still get the driver in trouble. So I said, okay, I'll keep that in mind so that nobody gets their track points or state points taken away from them. So
there's a lot that
any of those guys that I've endangered with that, I'm sorry, but you are where you are. So
there's a lot to this media side as far as rules that we've got to deal with IMCA, and or any other sanctioning body for that matter. But we learn on the fly sometimes. But it's interesting. We had no idea. And what was their reasoning, Sam? Did they say?
They don't want you to be able to adjust your suspension during the event.
Isn't that what racing's all about?
Well, how about they want you to be able to adjust they don't want you to have an unfair advantage in adjusting your suspension in an event.
I think it's silly.
Well, there are a lot of things you can do with video.
Well, sure, that's
footage.
instant feedback. I think that's a positive thing for a driver. And what's a GoPro really cost? We're talking about $188.
You could buy a Chinese
with a mount
cheap to put underneath a car, for that matter.
I mean it's really. I mean, if you're racing an A mod, I think you can afford a $150 camera.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So that was something and we had to be really careful with that at the Budweiser Nationals. That's something, Dom, we were talking with everybody, said, listen, we cannot mount under the deck. Yeah. And we had to be really careful. And there was actually a couple of drivers that asked us, hey, put it under the car. That'd be kind of, we can't do that. I don't want to screw your weekend up.
Let's back this up. I had nothing to do with cameras or Bakersfield.
Yeah, he's still sticking to his original story.
He went around with us, though.
GoPros.
I just walked around with stickers.
Yeah, we had GoPros down there. I didn't know that.
I just had stickers that said Moxie put in my cars.
Good job. You did a fabulous job,
Thank
too.
you.
He did. We were all over the place down there because of him.
Stickers like nobody's.
What are you reading on there? He's got the IMCA rules.
Do that, especially him. He always wrinkles them.
That's another one of those unclear rules from IMCA. Because
read what they have listed in the rule book.
IMCA modified section 21 gauges/electronics. Quote: no unapproved cameras, transmitting or listening devices, except the exception is one-way race receiver radio by officials, timing retard controls, or digital gauges, including TAC. End quote. So, the way I read that, we just have to get our cameras approved.
So, well, I can see what they're saying there because you can Wi-Fi these cameras straight to your phone and watch what's going on. I understand that now.
Oh, I completely understand that, and I get that.
I was talking about actually taking the the SD card out, putting in the computer, downloading, looking at it, and then making it. But I see what they're going right there, and that's
because you could sit.
I guess I understand that more now.
I mean, if we were in a class, if we had the ability to play with bump stops, and you put it on the right front and on the right front corner, and you're watching your bump stop to see what it was doing, I could totally see that. Same thing with the left rear with the limiting device. You could see what was going on there with the traction control device. And when I say traction control device, I am not talking about electronic traction control. I am talking about pull bars and fifth arms, not electronic, because you can learn a lot just by seeing what that device is doing.
Sure. Gray Ferrando just hit us up on the Swears Truck and Chat line. He says, heard about a guy running telemetry stuff on their car in Arizona on a practice day, and IMCA said no, they will DQ them if they see it.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I understand that.
Yeah,
I mean, that's real time.
There are data recording devices out there that they use on the big series. I know it. I've seen them.
Well, I remember hearing, this is quite a while ago, probably 5-6 years ago, but of guys getting busted with electronic traction control being used via the telephone, the cell phone.
Yeah,
controlling it from the phone outside of the racetrack. And
well, their IMCA modifieds are already equipped with electronic traction control if you run a crate motor.
Well, if you want to call a chip electronic traction control, right? Is that what you're saying?
It literally, the new electronic traction controls devices that are out there, they do the same dang thing as bouncing on the chip.
Okay, well. Anyway, we can't mount cameras under the deck.
I'm not going to.
And we have to be careful how we raffle something off.
We do. Yeah. We absolutely do.
So what else are we doing wrong, Corey?
We're not doing anything wrong. We're doing it right.
We do push the limits sometimes.
Not posting rules.
We do push the limits, but we learn. We learn. When you want to be the best, you're going to push the limits.
Mm-hmm. Well, just like all last year was one big experiment. You had the Justin Evans behind the visor view. You had the Jeremy Means head cam. You had the announcer never going to do that again because he doesn't know how to hit the record button.
I did fine. That was Joel that didn't hit the record button.
Joel likes taking pictures with the thing. He's got the double pop down. We did the fences. We got the fences.
Those were cool.
Those are by far some of the best shots we've gotten.
Yeah.
Those fence mount cams that Sam puts up every week. Oh my gosh.
So here's what's cool about Sam, and it's something that, and I'm trying to get Sam to go with this.
Anything, just
No.
one little thing.
No, here's what we've talked about, and I'm trying to convince Sam of this because he is so good. Drivers that have GoPros, if we're not mounted on your car, and you want to put together a video resume that you can propose sponsorship to, bring it to Sam.
Or
Sam
Corey.
will edit it down.
Bring it to Corey. He'll download it.
It's going to cost you, but you're going to
Corey
have it
Soul.
done right. Sam's going to put something together you can take to a sponsor and say, hey, watch this. You know what I mean? I'm trying to convince Sam to say, yeah, let's jump on board and do it. But he's like, do you know how much work that is?
Well, you know how much those 6 terabyte external hard drives are, Corey? Like, computers aren't cheap. You should know.
I do know.
Yeah. So I'm totally down with it. You want to make a video resume to get HP to put HP all over your car? I'll do it. I'll make you famous.
I love it. See,
I mean,
that's Sam right there.
What did I do for Corey, everybody? Look at him.
oh, man.
I'm just saying.
Well, yeah, Dom didn't blink an eye. These guys are high-fiving, bare
fist
knuckles.
bumping, they're
Gosh.
yeah.
Dom
That's terrible.
knows. Dom knows. He's the strong, silent type.
Yes, I am.
I try to be, but you keep wanting me towards that booth or
I would love
come
to have
be on
you.
the podcast. Can't I just hang out in the pits
Nope.
with my homies,
Nope.
drinking a soda?
Nice soda.
Yeah, well, it's a soda.
So, anyway, if you guys want a resume put together and you got your own GoPros, put them on your car.
Or you want to use our GoPros. I don't care.
We'll put them on the videos that we can get. We'll put together, and Sam will work out a package cost for you guys. And
My marketing director is Sandra Penfold. Thank you.
he's so smooth. Awesome. So, where are we at? 8:19. 8:19. You guys. I'm so sorry. My voice is shot.
Yeah,
You
how's
go-
that looking for this season, by the way?
You need to go hit the inhaler, buddy.
I need to, and I'm going to step on out here for a few minutes, about 3 minutes and 36 seconds. We're going to come right back here on Northwest Dirt News from the Amco Total Car Care Studio.
You know, Joel, people have been hearing us talk about Stumbling J Livestock on Northwest Dirt News. Have you talked with Josh lately?
You know, Corey, I did just the other day. He's got a great off-season special going on.
Yes, he does. I was told he's got grass-fed 95% lean burger for $4.50 a pound, 90% lean regular burger $3.75 a pound, and fresh pork breakfast sausage $3 a pound, and they're all available in 1-pound packages.
Really? You know, that's a great opportunity for people like me, Corey, who kind of have an empty freezer because they missed their deer this season.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about because your aim was terrible this year. Unfortunately, mine wasn't. And you know what? For people like me who didn't get a deer but aren't too keen on eating roadkill, this is the best deal going right now.
You know, Corey, even if I am a Ford guy, their hood ornaments, they're not so tasty.
Stumbling J Livestock, based in Shed, Oregon, can provide the freshest and finest meats to your table, raised right here in the valley and processed in a USDA-certified facility.
And you know, this deal won't last long. Pre-order yours and cash in on this special now. Give Josh a call at 541-409-5650. That's 541-409-5650. And get farm fresh meat on your table your family's going to love.
Let's eat.
Do you wake up in the morning in a slump? Looking for a new career or change of pace? Well, let Northwest Trucking Academy be your source. Dave Stahl and his team of highly experienced instructors will give you the skills you need. Whether you have no idea what the brake pedal is or you just need a refresher course, Northwest Trucking Academy will give you a customized training program to meet your needs. In as little as 4 weeks, you can be on your way across the country with your new career. Located on Highway 99 in Tangent, Oregon, Northwest Trucking Academy will get you ready for a new, fast-paced, and highly rewarding career. Give them a call at 541-248-3461 or look them up online at nwtruckingacademy.com. Classes start the first Monday of every month, and don't forget to use promo code MOXIE. That's MOXIE, and receive $100 off your tuition.
Archer Floor Coverings has been a family-owned and operated business since 2000. Archer Floor Coverings provides free estimates and specializes in multiple types of flooring.